that an era as defined by his life is coming to an end. And what began those years ago has lived its way out through the journey, moving on through the doorway to the life to come. And sometimes we know, because all of us have experienced it, whether with family or friends, all of us know that endings seem so final because the physical presence of that particular person is not with us anymore. But what we have to remember is that the Alpha and the Omega, the beginning and the end, who is the Christ, began long, long before Gene Kessler came on the scene. And will be here as the Omega long, long after his going. That puts things in perspective for us in terms of the greater picture. It doesn't take away the pain and the hurt that exists at the time. It doesn't take away the grieving that we have to do each in our own way. It doesn't cancel out the goodbyes and the what might have been. But it tells us that there is something that is greater than we are in the Alpha and the Omega, the beginning and the end with God. I long ago quit trying to turn homilies into eulogies, because sometimes we tend to get carried away and say too much or either not say enough. But I want to say 2 or 3 things that I'm sure of about this man, Gene Kessler. I think that 3 things which are tied together give us a fairly clear picture of who he was. First of all, and if you read the obituary, you know the history. The family knows it much better than any of us. He had an extraordinary love of country, and we know that. Given his life and his time in the military, the times he served, that tells us an awful lot about the kind of person he was. I thought about the veterans I've known from the wars that he served in. It's a different generation, a different breed of people whose commitment of their lives for the service of their country was so much greater than we sometimes understand. But a commitment all the way to and including death, if necessary.